he got a skill set to be able to survive it, but it was abnormal the way that he was moving without punching for so long. Just showed that he didn't want to engage and open himself up to get caught. But I think Beterbiev definitely won the fight.
How'd you have it? You said that it was clear to you. How did you have it scored?
Same way the judges had it, 115, 113, or 116, 112. Same thing. Either one of those, but I definitely think the right man won the decision. Because when they was going to the decision, I was like, man, hopefully they don't give it to. I think it would have been a robbery to me if they gave it to Bivol. That's just my opinion, even though it was close. For some odd reason, I thought they was going to take it from Beterbiev. And I'm like, man, he just fought harder even. I'm just like, he deserved to win. If you just look at their body language, you could look and tell who won the fight. Like, Bivol looked defeated. I don't know if you agree with me. Like, if you seen that defeated look in his face, he looked defeated. His body language, his facial expression. Like, he looked defeated in that fight,
Gave
the
it all
last
he
half
got.
of the fight. But he gave it what he had, though, man. I like Bivol a lot, too. It was a good fight. But to me, the right man won. I'm glad they got it right, in my opinion.
Is this deserving of a rematch? Do you want to see the rematch? Who would you favor in the rematch?
Yeah, I would like to see the rematch. It was a real good fight. Or I would like to see if Benavidez versus Beterbiev maybe next summer or something, or next spring. I know Benavidez got a good one coming up. I would like to see that, or I would like to see the rematch. Yeah, it could be a rematch. It was a good fight.
It's I'm glad that you mentioned that matchup with David Benavidez and Bivol, because Breadman and I, we have different ideas in this fight now when it comes down to those matchups with uh, David Benavidez now. Just knowing that people are going to want to fight Beterbiev now, knowing that he's not just this monster anymore. Talk to me. I mean, before we do that, right? So you favor Beterbiev in the rematch again?
Yeah. I
Okay.
favor him in the rematch.
Why you think that Bevol's team in the post press conference reacted the way they did? Speaking upon that this was a robbery, I think that one of the judges should be suspended, and they don't understand the politics to this fight.
That was emotional. They probably was emotional. It was an undisputed match. It was a competitive fight. It was undisputed. So you got to think they probably felt like, man, we could have had it. But robbery is a stretch. Like, you can't move like that without punching 2 minutes out of a round. Beterbiev put on, man. He did his thing. He won to me. Like, definitely wasn't a robbery. Like, if a fight is close, you can't call it a robbery. That robbery is like Pernell Whitaker versus Chavez or something like that, to where it's just undoubtedly, one person winning every round almost. But nah, I think, before them late rounds, man, he kind of gave it up. He did
So,
good the first half of the fight.
mm-hmm. So that being said, you said that you want to see David Benavidez versus Beterbiev. Who would you favor in that fight? Now that you see this fight, I know styles make fights, but how would you see that playing out?
Well, I always thought that Benavidez had the best style to possibly beat Beterbiev, but ain't nothing changed as far as me thinking that he a beast though. But just because somebody went the distance, because to me, I think that he just barely hung in there late. He almost looked like he wanted to take a knee or something. I could, man, he looked like he almost could have had Bivol out of there a few times. He was this close to look like he was going down, Bivol. but his skill and his willpower and his conditioning. But yeah, I love. I even like Bivol versus Benavidez too. They can have a nice little round robin.
Now, who would you favor in that fight? And you said that you still favor Beterbiev to beat David Benavidez.
No, I don't know about that. I favor him to beat Bivol again.
Okay.
I favor, possibly a stoppage, but I favor Beterbiev. He came off of a surgery and won the fight. I favor him again if they was to fight. But I think you asked me who I think could win between Benavidez and Bivol. I think Benavidez would beat him. I think. Yeah, I don't think he got enough to keep Benavidez off. Like they both slick. Like Benavidez can box, but he could mix it up. He can, when he let his hands go, I don't see Bivol having enough to keep Benavidez off of him. And
Mm.
then I heard Benavidez talking about him. I think they must have boxed a lot, like sparred, even though it's different in the fight. He sounded confident about fighting him, like it wasn't that, I could just tell the way he was talking about it. But no, I don't think that he could beat Benavidez. I just think he'd get outworked. Because if you put Beterbiev's pressure with the pressure that a taller Benavidez and younger that throw more faster punches, with that, I see him beating him. I see him beating Bivol, but in a real good fight because Bivol got some real good punches up the middle. So I do think that in his movement it give Benavidez some problems, but I like any of them fights. I would love to see any of them round robins.
So, you and I, we've talked a lot about, being on that pound for pound list. And I remember you saying that, don't know exactly what you said, but I know for a fact that you had Beterbiev and Bivol, whoever won that, you had them up, like you had them up on the list. What was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna give him number 3.
Beterbiev, number 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him 3.
So you got
I'm gonna give him 3.
how you have it? You have Crawford,
Crawford, Usyk, and then
Beterbiev. That's who you
Beterbiev.
had. That's exactly the list you had, actually.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him. I gotta give him that. I
Mm.
gotta give him that.
Now, I remember what it was. You said, think about it. It would be undisputed and the 100% KO ratio. But the 100% KO ratio got broken yesterday.
Yeah, but this against Bivol. Like Bivol is still he
So
nasty and
yeah,
nice. So
because he beat somebody on the list, which was Canelo, which is crazy.
exactly. Yup. Yeah, no, Bivol is a heck of a fighter. So for Beterbiev to come off of this surgery and beat him, no complaints. He ain't say, "Oh, I'm coming off this surgery. Let me get a tune up." Everybody's saying he's 40 years old. Blah blah blah. Man, listen. He went in there and did his thing. I give him number 3.
That's heavy. That's heavy. Now, if you was Beterbiev, what direction do you go? Do you feel like the? I mean, obviously, Turkey has said that they want to do the rematch, but if you're Turkey and you're trying to make the best fights happen, right? Obviously, you're probably gonna try to get that rematch, right? Versus getting better Benavidez in the mix.
Yeah, I would take the rematch. I give him a rematch. It was a real good fight. It was like they style matchup go together good. They gonna always be like a good fight. They style matchup is just good. But I wouldn't mind seeing Better V versus what's that dude named at cruiserweight that fought on the card? Jay, what's his name?
The cruiserweight.
Pataya or something.
Oh yeah. I think those guys sparred each other or something like that.
Yeah, he could fight. I wouldn't mind seeing Beterbiev go up. I think he could do it with his punch and his skill set. I could even see him taking out a couple heavyweights.
Mm, that's heavy. That's heavy. So now that we're, talking about David Benavidez, you know, obviously we'll talk a little bit more about the Better Beef and his fight. If he can beat David Morrell. Now that fight per se, Mick, right?
Good fight.
It's a good fight, right? But some people, have Morrell not being that experienced enough for Benavidez. Tell me, how do you see that fight playing out
They only saying that because dude had an off performance his last fight.
against
Before
Hot
that,
Rod?
people were saying that, oh, he can, people ducking him and this, that, and the other. No, dude can fight, and it's a it's considered a dangerous fight for Benavidez because he really don't got much to gain from it now, especially because of his last performance, Morrell. But I don't see him beating. I see him really making it a good fight though, especially the first half. But I don't see him. I definitely think Benavidez will overwhelm him in that last half of the fight. I think he'll overwhelm him.
You
Might
think so?
not stop him because dude a little crafty and got some footwork, but I don't see him. I got Benavidez in that one.
You got David Benavidez in that one.
Yeah, for sure. Yup. Too high of a
Does
work rate, too hungry.
does he do better than Caleb Plant or Boo Boo Andres?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he possibly can with his style because he got that machismo in him like that. He got that confidence and he can box and he got some thunder on him. Like he got a punch, so you can't just he got enough power for you to respect. So yeah, I think he can do better. I think he can kind of make it a more of a competitive fight.
There's some people that think that Morrell got the goods. That Morrell could, put David Benavidez to sleep. What do you think? You think he has that ability?
I mean, the ability is there. I don't see him putting him to sleep, but I like Morrell enough to even throw him in the mix, like with a Bivol, because styles make fights. Like if you put a boxer in front of Morrell that's just straight box, then I would like to see a dude like him and Morrell fight because Morrell got that style to where them Cubans, they can box. A boxer ain't really, it's mainly that boxer slash aggressive style like that Benavidez got. That work rate they don't really keep up with too good. But if you put a straight boxer like a Bivol in front of him, I think that'd be a good fight. Win, lose, or draw. I would like to see Morrell fight Bivol.
Mm, I like that one. I
Yeah,
like
that's a
that one
good
a lot.
fight. If he give a competitive fight with Benavidez at least, but I think down the stretch Benavidez going. I think he gonna get him down the stretch.
Mm, I like it. I like it. All right. So you know, now that we're already talking about that fight, I guess it's gonna be on the card itself as well. We got Charlo versus Boo Boo Andres. Some people believe that this fight's not gonna happen. What do you think? You think the fight's gonna happen? They're both talking about it. They're both talking about it, but is it just talk?
Nah, I mean it can happen. It's on them. If they both agree to it, then as long as they agree to it and agree to what's on the table for them financially, then shit, it can happen. I like the fight though. I think that's a good fight. Charlo been off, but um, I think that's a good style matchup, like a 50-50.
Is that a good fight for Boo Boo Andres coming off of a David Benavidez KO stoppage?
Yeah, I think it is just because Charlo haven't been fighting. I don't think when was the last time he fought?
Jose
Maybe two
Benavidez.
two. Was
He
it a
fought.
couple years or something?
No, that was last year. He fought Jose Benavidez.
Oh, it was last year. Okay. I like the fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Good matchup, and it's a good supporting bout. If they was to fight on Benavidez card, put another super middleweight fight up in there.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
I like it. Guys, double tap the screen so we can hit the like button. Let's get these likes up, guys. We're about to turn up, man. If you appreciate content like this, please do us a favor and hit that like button so we can let this interview grow.